what we have also ascertained in our findings is that it also appears that Mr. Andrew Holmes has a liking for underage girls. And there may be a bit of grooming that have taken place. But we found out that there may be more victims within the government. Damn! Somebody literally referred to, and this is alleged, somebody referred to the mayor as a madam. So I would love for Andrew Holmes to sue me. I would love for Andrew Holmes to sue me for what I just said, because it will help me give the information.
Andrew Holmes being a serial groomer, every day something else is happening. Let's just get right into it. Shout out to Cheyenne Burns. I was watching her live stream yesterday and the stuff I saw blew my mind. So let's get right into it. So this individual by the name of Jedediah Brown, who was called in to investigate Dalton, doing some investigative work, and he came up with some explosive accusations towards the trustee Andrew Holmes. And it completely blew my mind because it looks like Tiffany Henyard just seems to put herself together with the most scummiest people around. She's only attracted to people who commit crimes. And obviously at the time of this recording, Andrew Holmes and Tiffany Henyard have not been arrested yet. But at the same time, some of the information that Jedediah was talking about is disturbing, extremely disturbing things about Andrew Holmes. So let's just get into it.
I'm specifically here because I was asked to look into the matters that are surrounding Dalton, Mayor Tiffany loosely, and primarily Dalton trustee and activist Andrew Holmes, and allegations that have been hurled against him.
So he was brought down to see what exactly is going on. I never heard of him until just a few days ago. He was able to talk to a lot of people. And the more I heard him speak, the more I realized that Andrew Holmes has a lot of skeletons in his closet. And there are some things that need to come to light. Now, again, everything is alleged, but patterns of behavior, it's a problem. But one of the biggest revelations that I saw in this video is Andrew Holmes in trouble with the FBI? Is he a part of the situation with the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard? Is there an investigation going towards Andrew Holmes? And he provides some answers to that.
I say who, a lot of cannot say this, that, and the third, but cannot say who, but there is no federal investigation that is going on with Andrew Holmes. There is no federal investigation that is going on with Dalton trustee Andrew Holmes right now. But we cannot confirm nor deny the potentially confirmed investigation or probe into Mayor Tiffany Henyard, if that makes sense. But officially, it is ruled out that there is no federal investigation of Andrew Holmes at this time.
Another revelation that I saw from this video was the idea of where Andrew Holmes lives. Does he live in Dalton? Because he is the trustee. Check out what Jedediah says.
Know that in a small town like Dalton of about 20,000 people, we cannot ascertain or confirm the official residence of Dalton trustee Andrew Holmes. And as we trace it, it looks like that this man potentially has not even lived at the place listed as his official residence for years to come, and that there may be other individuals in there who are not affiliated or directly connected to Andrew Holmes. Now, we don't know where he lives officially. That is a problem because you got to live there to represent there, to vote there, to pay attention there. And to be a man of his stature and to lie that he lived there if he don't is wrong, unethical, should be criminal, means he's disqualified to run as a trustee in the village.
So you assume that he has some level of residence. He's around there somewhere, living there because he's representing the people there. So this is a part of the shadiness of every single person that's loyal in the Tiffany Henyard group. Anyone that's loyal has something wrong with them. There's some seedy issue, again, that skeleton in the closet where they're doing something that is unethical and probably illegal. There's so many issues, so much baggage that they have to stick with Tiffany Henyard because either they can't get that kind of resources somewhere else, or it seems like she just has so much on each of these people that that's the reason why they stay so loyal to her. I don't know, But the fact that this man does not live there, and again, if he's able to prove any of this, he can.
The next thing that we understand, I had the opportunity to go to Dalton myself, and I talked to several residents, and there's a climate and a culture of fear. People are in Dalton afraid to talk or say certain things because they're afraid of the police department. Does that make any damn sense to y'all? People are legitimately afraid of the police in the city.
And the problem is that you have Chief Lacey being extremely unethical, has done terrible, terrible things. It's been well documented on this channel.
The Dalton Police mission statement says the department's highest priority is protection of all. Less than 2 weeks ago, on a snowy Halloween afternoon, the arrest of a suburban woman on minor charges is raising questions about the protection of those who are mentally ill. At headquarters, they walked her inside and removed the handcuffs, but as police filled out paperwork, she grew angrier, and things went downhill from there. She removed her shirt and wrapped it around her neck, tightening the shirt as if to simulate hanging. When one officer moved in to help the woman, he is seen to be held back by Dalton Deputy Police Chief Louis Lacey.
I said, she tried to choke herself out and she'll just pass out. She'll be fine.
How does he still have a job? It's difficult to take them seriously when many of them are getting paid a lot of money to protect the supermayor as if she's the president, getting a lot of money with overtime. So it's the culture of a corrupt police force with a chief of police that is extremely corrupt, defending the supermayor regardless of how wrong she is. That's the reason why people don't want to speak up. And then in these board meetings, you having security just standing there trying to intimidate people, trying to kick people out of meetings for clapping. If they were clapping for the mayor, he wouldn't try to kick them out. I'm talking about Chief Lacey. But the fact that there is against the mayor, he wants to try to kick people out. The culture of corrupt police force is the biggest problem that they have here. So here Jedediah talks about the many income sources that don't make a whole lot of sense for one really old man, Andrew Holmes, where he's working multiple jobs. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
That we have gotten or found and ascertained in this Andrew Holmes report that has been interesting to us is that it appears that Mr. Andrew Holmes is getting to the bag. He ain't just out here frocking. He out here getting to the bag. And so what has been a long-standing problem with people in advocacy is y'all think we don't got no jobs. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Andrew Holmes might be the most Jamaican activist I know. Because on paperwork, if you do the research, this man got no jobs. And the crazy part is that damn it, these are full-time jobs. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell did we get a Jamaican activist in Chicago and didn't appreciate this man for how damn hard he working. 7 full-time jobs. It ain't 7, but damn near Jamaican number full-time jobs and still got time to come out here and help y'all with y'all pain, y'all drama, and y'all issues and experiences. So it looks like he has a job with the CTA full-time. Look like he was getting paid from the board or the village of Dalton. It looks like he's getting paid from a foundation. Now, I'm going to pause right there in the foundation that he also works for full-time, the Andrew Holmes Foundation. Oh, shit. Is he a junior or is he the third or the fourth? Because you mean to tell me that I could have been out here working in my own name, and honoring my own name? Shit. I'm finna start the Jedediah Brown Foundation, and they better pay me. So it looks like he works for the Andrew Holmes Foundation. I don't know what the fuck they do, but he also worked for Chicago Survivor, and full time. So one of the issues with the Andrew Holmes Foundation that we found to be quite interesting is that he is not only in charge of everything, but he's also the accountability.
So when you look up the employees list on the CTA, at least in this point, his name is there. And again, it may be another Andrew Holmes, but his name is there working at the rail station management as a janitor. Now, this looks like a full-time job. How is he able to do so many different things? Who does he know that he's able to do this and not receive any issues? The more you hear about Andrew Holmes, the more you scratch your head. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. But this is the biggest accusation right here.
But what we have also ascertained in our findings is that it also appears that Mr. Andrew Holmes has a liking for underage girls.
Did you hear that? Let me rewind that.
That Mr. Andrew Holmes has a liking for underage girls. And there may be bit of grooming that have taken place. Now, what has happened, or what we have been able to understand from testimony of individuals that we will not mention. I've talked to some parents. I've talked to the friends of parents, and what it has or has been said and what has been alluded to and what we are now looking further into is that there are 4, but out of 4, 2 that we have literally got specific information about of individuals that are underage. Now, this is where the shit gets interesting, and it takes a...
It's already interesting. It's disturbing. Multiple victims. And then one thing about situations like this, when someone may have been able to do this for a long time, and again, all this is alleged, but if you notice some other predators, right? Finally, someone to speak up and file a case or come publicly with their issues of what happened to them, other people start to step up and say, this happened to me too, or I have a similar situation. Usually this happens, and think about it, all the big cases you guys may already seen from really powerful people in different industries. It takes one, and then all of a sudden, a lot of people come in, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, this person did this to me as well. People are scared. People are worried how well connected somebody is, how powerful someone is, but it takes one person for the dominoes to start falling.
Real interesting term for me is because if he has had a consensual sexual relationship with underage girls that have been groomed, you got to deal with that, right? There's a level that you got to deal with that. But then they're telling...
You cannot have consensual sex with an underage person. They're not legally able to give consent. If it's grooming, whether he's saying something sexual, either by text, phone, it doesn't matter. If he is saying something in a sexual nature towards an underage person, that is a crime.
So what they're saying is, anyway, these underage accounts are saying that basically he may have been involved in a little bit of grooming. And one of the things that it appears that Andrew Holmes has potentially done is he have taken these underage girls, which means y'all might have seen, listen to what I'm finna say out of my goddamn mouth. It is alleged that some of these individuals, these underage girls, that he've had these relationships with, although consensual, he have taken them with him to crime scenes.
And that part, I don't even understand it doesn't even make any sense. But the one thing I did notice, and we'll put this up real quick, one thing you do notice about Andrew Holmes, he's in a lot of videos. He seems like he's always in the mix somehow. So this one right here, he's detaining a hit and run driver. Like, he's over here, apparently helping Dalton's infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. Turns his brother in for stealing packages. There's a lot of weird videos that all over the place. He's all over the place. Very famous guy. He seems like he's always in the news. Does he live the most dramatic life possible? I don't know, but it just seems a little off. You know, like, is he just a superhero? He's just here all the time. His vehicle got hit by a bus. He's able to reach people who knew about 2 babies that were abandoned. Just a lot of videos with his face on it. No, apparently Andrew Holmes teamed up with CPD. He gives the vibe of being an ambulance chaser. He's always at the right place at the right time, or at the wrong time when you think about it. He always seems to be around where the cops and the media is located. That's why Cheyenne Burns called him basically Al Sharpton. You guys know who Al Sharpton is. He's criticized to always be around when something terrible goes on because he gets the photo op, and then he's able to finesse this in ways to get himself rich. But, you know, now he's on MSNBC. He's doing, I guess, doing fine right now. But a lot of people believe that he was exploiting the problems that were happening really to enrich himself. And if you check out Andrew Holmes, he's always in the mix of something happening. Like, he lives the most dramatic, interesting life around. And now he's accused of bringing underage girls to these crime scenes. What?
That we have literally got specific information about of individuals that have been groomed. So Andrew Holmes potentially had brought underage female companions with him to crime scenes. We do have names. We do have images. I'm not lying to you guys. And that stuff not only is being turned over, we are looking further into it. But I talked to some parents, and I talked to the parents of some friends of 4 individuals. And that is sick as the absolute hell.
This is explosive accusations. And Jedediah, he's like, listen, if you think I'm wrong, Andrew Holmes, sue me. I mean, basically, he's like, the ball is in your court. If you think these things are wrong, and at this point, if you think they're wrong, they're damaging your reputation. If you are in the right, then you should sue them, right? So we can get all the information, be totally transparent. Everything is just accusations. Andrew Holmes, at the time of this recording, has not been arrested yet, but this has got weird. I mean, now we're getting into true predatory territory where not only he's exploiting probably some financial situations, able to have multiple full-time jobs, and he's still getting paid. And how is that possible? How is he able to work for the CTA as a full-time employee? Clearly, if he has other jobs and responsibilities, he also has a foundation. I guess, is this the corrupt politicians pack where you have to get multiple jobs, foundation that you found a way to finesse, and you're doing some other predatory type stuff? It is mind-blowing that this story continues to get more and more disturbing. I mean, to say the least. Hopefully the truth can finally come out. I know a lot of people, especially people in Dalton, are exhausted. Hopefully they are still continuing to fight the good fight, because eventually things will turn. The momentum is still on the side of the Dalton residents fighting back. But when you have someone with a kind of history and the kind of accusations that Andrew Holmes is facing, he needs to step up and show all of us how all this is not true, or step down and probably go to jail. But again, everything is alleged, but at the same time, it does not look good for Andrew Holmes. But put in the comments below, I'll put the link of the page so you guys can watch the full video. And if these things are true, multiple underage women coming forward saying that Andrew Holmes groomed them and took them to crime scenes. Very odd stuff. But thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.